Okay, today I want to put a lift in my 105 Land Cruiser, but before I do that I've got to move some cars out the way. And that fuel pump in that is on its way out. It works and then it doesn't work, so it's a bit hit and miss if it's going to start, which is annoying when you got to move a couple cars out to work on one car. But as you can see, I got a couple projects here. Alright, this is 105 and just trying to G myself up to put the lift kit in. Alright, so it's been about 15 minutes. I've been out here, I've got the springs and shocks out, the sway bar unbolted, and it's time for the new Dobinson springs to go in and shocks. And then we got like shims for sway bar. So I got one side in. It's actually not too bad. The only thing is that this sticker, it'd be nice if the sticker was on the other way because it's upside down. And if I put the other shock in, it would be the same. The only thing is that this bracket was just a little bit too tight to get bolts in, so I had to bend one of the 90s a little bit. So that one's a perfect 90 and that one's not so much. Only thing really being a tiny inconvenience, but other than that it's pretty sick. So I actually stopped getting clips of the suspension because the hoist got ripped out of the ground and fell onto my 105 when I went to let it down after putting the front suspension in. I didn't realise that the dyno bolts were actually only in 50mm when they should be a minimum of 150mm. So that was very disappointing and deflated me, so I didn't get any other footage of that. But yeah, this is another project I'm doing for a mate. I'm doing some in-school piping on his VN Toyota Lexan. But yeah, I'll show you a photo of the hoist on the 105. Alright, so this is the bumper bar I got. We got a pretty nasty split right there. I'm gonna try and plastic weld it and repair it. But yeah, B1 of the 105, it's gonna have plastic bumpers. Paint the back bumper as well, do the little repairs. So that's what we're left with after digging out all the old stuff that someone had tried fixing it up. You see there's a crack that goes into that radius there. This bumper is just temporary, so okay, so done the underside. That's what it's ended up like. Now I'll do that crack and then I might do a strap on the outside. Now I wasn't going to skim it, I was just going to do the little pinholes and craters, but I'll put a thin skim on it. Turned out not too bad. And there was a dent here. And that's it. All done. Ready for primer. Alright, today I'm going to paint my front and back bar. when I got the car, it came with an aluminium bull bar, and I just didn't like it. And I don't have the money to buy a new bull bar. I actually want to make one down the track, so this is temporary. It had a big chunk taken out and a crack in it, and I've plastic welded that and repaired it. Had some gouges here. So yeah, hopefully all goes well today and everything gets painted. Alright, the bumper bars are all prepped for wet on wet and paint. Ideally, you'd probably high build the whole bars, being second-hand old bumper bars that have got chips and scratches and dents in them. As you can see, this is pretty much all plastic. I've done all dents, chips, scratches, and this one had a split in it, so this area did get a high build, and then the rest of it will just get wet on wet. Yeah, finished up painting them. They've been baked. Wasn't chasing perfection because they're probably just going to get ripped off full driving anyway, and they're temporary. If I was, I would have high build them, done it properly. There's tiny little imperfections, but I think it'll be perfect for full drive. Good enough for 20-year-old full drive bumper bars. Alright, I don't really know where I'm up to because it's been a couple of weeks since I got any footage. But yeah, she's got new wheels. I still need to tie a few loose ends like steering dampener, caster correction bushes, little bits and pieces like make a ariel bracket, I got a new intercooler as well. Still need to put coolant in that. Also adjust the panhard bars, get the diffs in the right spot, tighten them up, and yeah, but this is hard. There we go, look at that. That thing looks hot. So I'm just starting to mark out an aerial bracket going off a really rough template. So I just basically just need the measurements where the bends are and how long it's going to stick out, and then get all the measurements and get everything square on the metal. That's basically how it's going to be, and then I'll make another bit that comes around like that, and then just weld it all the way around. Okay, so I've skipped a few steps. I'm just test fitting it. That's like not even, that's just sitting in there. So, and then I'll clean her up and fully weld it. So that's the bracket all done and finished. So this is how it sits at the moment. Like I said, got a few loose ends. Actually haven't got a drill, I've only got a drill press. So that's just actually just sitting there. But there's no point in doing that until I get my new drill, when I get a brand new drill, and it's going to be black. I also need the plates for the chassis that bolt to the end of the chassis to the bumper Rio. So that's just on the zip ties at the moment, just to see what it looks like. And then I've changed my mind, I'm going to go Hyperflex arms from Superior. Instead of using the caster correction bushes, and then adjust everything, tighten everything up, and then new injectors, a couple other bits and pieces, and then it should be ready for the road. But this is it.